Today we are at Soldier Creek near Lillian, Alabama, and we are with
Melissa Joyner.
Melissa, where are you from?
Baldwin County.
Alright, all your life?
All my life. I've lived in gift stores in Fort Morgan and Summerdale, basically everywhere, so I'll say Summerdale the longest.
Okay. For those that don't know, you came from a musical family.
I did. My father's a local singer-songwriter named John Joyner. I've grown up listening to him and a bunch of his friends play, so been around it my whole life.
Okay, but how did you get from John Joyner and his country music to being a classically trained opera singer?
Oh man, well, I was a band nerd back in the day, and they didn't have choir in middle school, and so as soon as I saw it in high school I signed up for it, and we learned all the foreign language songs and auditioned for a couple colleges. And when you're a music major, you go wherever they send you, and I went to Delta State University and they had a big opera program there, and I did my first opera, and that's what my training was in. So it paid for the bills.
All right. And to become an opera singer, where would you have had to move?
Oh, definitely not here. Probably a big city somewhere.
Okay.
But I heard blues, real blues in the Mississippi Delta, and I knew that's what I wanted to do anyway, so it all worked out.
All right. You seem happy.
I really am. You know, happiness is worth so much more than everything else. So I'm definitely happy with what I'm doing for a living.
Okay. And I met you a couple of years ago, very, very late at night at the River House.
Good old River House.
After a Frank Brown International Songwriter night. Mm-hmm. It was a very, very fun time, and you were young and scared.
Oh God, I knew maybe 3 chords, and I barely knew how to hold a guitar, and I was in the room with all these like crazy talented singer-songwriters, and I was just sitting there listening, and they just passed me the guitar, and it was one of those sink or swim moments, and I just went with it. I was probably shaking. In fact, I was shaking. So it's been a long time since then.
All right. And your career's come a long way since then. You have gigged a lot.
I have. I've been blessed to do a good bit of festivals and created a Songwriter Shootout with my good friend Nick Bibbery. It was the largest songwriting competition in the Gulf Coast my first year of music. I was in Frank Brown my first year of music, so I've definitely been very blessed. Hard work really does pay off. Okay.
And what you got planned for the future?
Well, I'm starting to work on my first project, my acoustic album. I'm going to continue to do festivals, really just travel more. You know, the 2 things that make me the most happy in life are traveling and making music. And as long as I do those 2 things, I'm not losing. So really I just want to travel, get more experiences to write about, and put more songs out there.
All right, all right. And how far you traveled so far?
Well, let's see. Probably from like 30A or further south, Florida to Nashville, just really all over the Gulf Coast. My first year I wanted to create a strong baseline for me to jump off of, and now I've played any, water bordering state down here. I've pretty much played them all. So now I'm just wanting to reach out. I really want to play in California. That's my goal for next summer.
All right. And your most enjoyable gig?
Man, which star is your favorite? I don't know. Probably anything that was singer-songwriter oriented, because when I play a lot of other venues that are bars or other things, I play games with the crowd. You know, how do I capture their attention? But any venue I play, people are hanging on every word. It validates what I do. You know, I write songs to touch people or to make them feel something. So when I'm playing somewhere, that people are listening, then that's my blank canvas that I need. So probably any gig that I get to do that at.
All right.
That's very political, don't you think?
Yeah. The worst gig?
Okay, so I won't say where, but I literally played a gig where I opened up for a band. I won't say their name either, in front of like 300 or 400 people, and it was awesome. The next day I went to this other gig and I played to a tree. There was no one there, and it was so lonely, but I just made up songs the whole 3 hours and just kind of went with it. It was so boring.
Okay. And do you have one, you said you want to go to California, is there any place, any one bar or stage that you would really that's in your future?
I know this kind of sounds cliche, but I really want to play Eddie's Attic, and not for the open mic night. And I'm pretty hard-headed. I feel like it could happen one day. I don't know. I really want to go out west. I need a challenge. I want to go somewhere where no one knows me, and I want to do what I did last year again. So now that I know that I can do it, I don't know, something. What I've started doing this year is looking at a lot of people that I really respect, and I find out where they play, and then I work diligently until I can play there. And it started to pay off, and I've basically just looked at people who do more of the songwriting stuff, and I kind of use them as a guide map. So.
Okay. What do you have to say to those that say that being the daughter of John Joyner has advantage?
I would say that I could see where it totally did. I mean, I grew up getting kicked out of songwriting sessions because I was too loud or had too many questions. So I definitely grew up around it. I walk around the Florabama and I feel this huge sense of pride, or that I had family there for a long time. And I can see how they would say that, but I purposely booked gigs in other states where no one knew me or my father. I've told people in Frank Brown, don't let me in if it's because of him, only let me in for my songs and my material. So I've made it very present that I've done everything on my own, and that I am my own unique person, and that I have my own unique songs. If you listen to our styles, they're very different. We've co-written a couple of songs together, and I love what he does, but I have my own flavor and my own style. So it's nice to celebrate my growth from that. When I was younger, like 3 or 4, like, hey, that's my dad. And while I'm still proud of everything that he does, it's so cool that, we'll go places and he's like, are you Melissa Joyner's dad? And it's so funny to me, and I love it. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on that whole topic. Did it myself.
All right. A lot of people defend being you didn't.
No, I'm very blessed. Like, I think what saved my life besides God is my love of music, and I got that honestly, and I would never take that away from it. But what you do with the talent is all on your own shoulders, and I could have squandered it or I could have pursued it, and I chose to pursue it, and I will always pursue it, and no one can help you do that. And I feel like natural gifts, you either have them or you don't, and I should probably thank my DNA pool for that. So, yes, I'm blessed, I'm lucky. I grew up in a house where music was a norm, and I would say a lot of people don't get that. But as far as that moment, there's 2 things in life. You're either a survivor or someone who lives. And I chose to live. And with me, that's music. So I'm living.
All right. Can you tell us something that nobody else knows about Melissa?
Man. I really want to write a piece of music for a ballet. I think no one really knows that about me. I used to dance a long time ago. But if anyone does know that, I think the funny thing is I make up a lot of songs about people in my crowd. I make fun of them, not in mean ways. They don't even know that I'm doing it. Usually about the last 30 minutes of my set, anywhere I play, I'll just play random chords and make up songs about people just to see if they're listening sometimes. So there's a huge chance you've been victim to some of my shenanigans.
All right. And what else do you want people to know?
That when you finally learn to love yourself and what you do, no one but you can stop you. And now that I finally have found my voice, I've found the direction and the types of music that I want to write, for me, it's all uphill from here because I know what I want. And now the only person who can stop me from that is me, and I don't plan on stopping.
All right. Very well said.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.